Hello friends, welcome to Coding Techniques. Today I'm going to show you the latest version of Ionic, that is 7.1.1. You have already seen 7.0.0, but this is the latest version where there is a tweak. I'm going to show you that. Along with this, I'll show you, but at first let me just show you the NPM package. You can see 7.1.1 is launched 5 days ago, and even the Capacitor version 5 is launched too. Well, there is not much of a change, but I'm going to show you what all changes are there. So at first let's start with the Ionic one, and there is little change which we can understand when we create a new project. So in order to understand that, let's go to our terminal. In the terminal, let me just show you my Ionic version. As of now it is 7.1.1, and in order to create a new project, I'll get inside the Ionic projects folder at first that I have already created, and within that I'm going to have Ionic start, then the project name, that's gonna be, let's say, test1 or test module app. You will understand why I'm saying that, and let me hit enter, or should I just type Ionic start? That's gonna be fine. Let's hit enter. No, I don't want the creation wizard, I want the Angular framework. Project name, like I say, test module app. Okay, what next? Which type of template I need? Let's go for any template tab. Now this is the important change where we have the ng modules and standalone ones. So I have shown you how to convert from ng module to standalone or standalone to ng module. Well, how you can work with that in the previous videos, but this time we have this proper option and we don't need to make any changes here. So that's great. I'm going to check both the projects. At first, ng module, that is why I've given test module app. Let's see how the structure looks like. Alright, so this is created. Now create account, I don't need it. Let's open it up. So I'll get inside this and run it in Visual Studio Code. So this is our application, okay, but I won't check it right now. Let's finish up with the other one too. So I'll just get out of it, clear it up, and repeat the same stuff again. This time the name will be test standalone app, and let's have any design. It's gonna be standalone. All right, no free account. Let me copy it and open this particular folder where I'll just open the Visual Studio Code directly. Okay, so both of them are opened up. Let me just align it properly. So now you can just check it. This is the module one and this is the standalone one. Now let's check the structure one by one. I'll open the src folder in both the cases. Let's see what do we have here in the app one. Let's open this up. So in the app one, here we have app.route.ts file, in which we have the load children and everything. Along with that, in the main.ts file we have bootstrap application where we have the app component, whereas in our module one we still have the ng module in our app.module.ts file, and in the main.ts file we have nothing, just like the earlier one, the module one basically. So everything is looking great. Now the routing also, which you can check it here, that's fine. It's just like the earlier module, ng module one, which you have already used it, so I won't go in depth of it, but yes, the structure is similar to the one which we actually need for standalone and for ng module. So it's great. Now you can choose and you can go with it, whichever is your proper requirement. So you don't need to tweak around with this stuff. This is a good change according to me. Now let's check one more thing in the package.json file. Now I just want to check the Capacitor version, which is 5. That's great, in fact. So that is quite a good update. And let's look at this one also. I think it's gonna be the same, where we have Capacitor version 5 too. So it is available in both cases, and I think we have everything that we need. Alright, so everything is the same here. Now it's time to check what is the main difference in Capacitor version 5. So in Capacitor version 5, in order to understand that, I will go to the updating to version 5, okay, because there it will show us what is the difference, major difference between 4 and 5. So now it has opened up and you can see here at first NodeJs 16 plus is needed. Okay, then this is how you can migrate. I won't go into the migration part, just want to check what are the main changes. Upgrade Xcode. So basically, as far as I know, the versions of Xcode and Android ones, targeted one and other things are changed here. So basically it's an upgrade, okay, mainly. And there are few changes in the plugins one, which I am going to talk about in the coming one in few minutes. So as you can see here, for Xcode you don't need to focus on all these things, it will be done automatically. Then yes, Capacitor assets one. So there is a change in the plugin one which I have not mentioned actually. But in Capacitor version 5, in order to install the capacitor icons and splash screen, you need to use a different package which I'm going to show you in some other lectures. And then the Android one, okay, fine. So the version might have changed. You can see these are the versions, okay. This you need to change it here. Great. Gradle is upgraded to 8. Fine. What else do we have? I'll look into the major one. Update Kotlin version. Okay, that is also needed here. Then the plugin section. This is the plugin section which we need to think of, because other things will be done automatically when you work with the Capacitor version 5, and I would recommend to work with Capacitor 5 instead of Capacitor version 4 because there are changes in Android Studio and Xcode for the latest version. So I think that would be great for you to work with. Now in the plugins one, not much of a change. Well, in the action sheet, this is the I think you need to pass it in the variables.gradle file. Then for the browser one also, you need to pass this particular one in the variables.gradle. Then for the camera one, you need to pass an extra permission for read. Okay, read media images permission is needed. That's what you need to do, and some other related to the variables.gradle file. Then in the device one also, there is not much of a change. UUID is changed to identifier. That's fine. Quite a simple change. Then, okay, the version is upgraded. Then major change comes to the Google Maps, because they have modified the Google Maps plugin a bit and they have introduced few more stuff there. Like I think as far as I remember, they have introduced polyline. Then they have introduced some other lines or of that kind. We'll look into that, don't worry. In the local notification, you need to work with check permission and request permissions because that is very much necessary from Android 13 onwards. Okay. Then similarly for push notification, if you're using it up, you need to pass check permissions and request permissions too when targeting SDK 33. Remember that. Then for status bar, okay, for iOS, the animation is changed to fade by default. That's great. Not much of a change. I think that's pretty fine to work with. So there are no major changes, but yeah, Google Maps is upgraded and we are going to check it right now in the plugins one. No other good plugins or latest plugins. What is this cookie one? I haven't checked it. Maybe it's related to HTTP cookie. I am not sure about it, but I think you can go ahead. Yes, I think that's the one. So it is basically the cookies that you can store in your browser. That's what it is. I'll just go to the Google Maps one, and in this particular one, I'll just scroll down because I want to show you each and everything, just the major thing that are changed. Polygons, add circles, add polylines. Alright, so these are the things which are introduced in the latest version, and there might be few other stuff too which you can just look into. And they are upgrading this particular plugin, which is great in fact, because we definitely need a native plugin of Google Maps which works as great as the JavaScript one, or in fact better than that, because it will give the native feeling. That's what we need, right?